society.
Man braucht nicht bloß Ärzte oder Lehrer, sondern auch Bäcker und Busfahrer.
Roughly paraphrased to, we all need to contribute. And as work and personal lives merge, treating the virtual realm seriously becomes paramount. Just like the 80 countries and territories the company operates in, Manpower seems to respect Second Life's often unwritten rules of conduct. One just hopes the UN Global Compact guidelines are meant to apply in virtuality as well. I'm Drexler Dupre for Dancing Inc. Productions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce the panelists now so we can get started today. First, we have Linda Applegate, the Martin Marshall Professor of Business Administration at Harvard Business School, where she teaches courses in entrepreneurial management and technology and innovation and serves as head of the school's entrepreneurial management unit. Chuck Bartles is Director of Global Social Responsibility and Knowledge Sharing at Manpower. He is former Manpower franchise owner with 31 years of experience, building an effective service delivery business, employing thousands of workers across all disciplines and serving a wide array of clients. Dan Darrow, known in SL as Horatio DaCosta, is the Virtual Worlds Liaison for Manpower. He currently heads up Manpower's Virtual Worlds program and leads a virtual team of 4 individuals and up to 20 volunteers at any given time who staff Manpower's island in Second Life, where he is known as Horatio DaCosta. Tammy Johns, Senior Vice President of Global Workforce Strategy for Manpower. In this role, she has responsibility for anticipating the changing dynamics of labor markets and creating innovative services and solutions to attract, develop, and engage talent and help Manpower's clients win in the marketplace. Jeff Jarrett, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Manpower, joined the company in 1993 as Vice President of Marketing, where he was responsible for the company's overall marketing strategy. He later served as Senior Vice President of European Operations and Global Account Management. In 1999, he was promoted to President and CEO, and in 2001, he was named Chairman of the Board. Alice Kruger is known in Second Life as Gentle Heron. Alice Kruger had careers as a teacher, orchestra musician, national professional developer, and an author before being sidelined by multiple sclerosis. Now she's a homebound employee doing technical writing and editing for an educational research firm. As Gentle Heron, Alice currently volunteers in Second Life with several groups that support the participation of people with disabilities and chronic health issues, including Virtual Ability, the Heron Sanctuary, and the Health Support Coalition. Gentle is very interested in how assistive technology can aid people's participation in virtual reality and how a community of support can develop in that setting. Dr. Jonathan Joseph Orr, PhD, is known as Hendrix Mesmer in Second Life. He's the co-founder of the Orr Institute in Atlanta, Georgia, and assistant professor in the Department of Counseling and Psychological Services at Georgia State University. Dr. Orr specializes in multiculturalism, conflict management, and group work to inspire the collective to greater creative heights while fostering the development of a group's diverse individual members. Philip Rosedale, known in Second Life as Philip Linden, is chairman and founder of Linden Labs. He founded the company in 1999 and has led the creation of the virtual world of Second Life from initial concept to a market-leading virtual world with a robust economy and a global population. And Dominique Turk is president at Boost Zone Institute and founder of Phoenix Strategy Consulting. His present company, Boost Zone Consulting, assists corporations to harness collaborative energy for innovation and higher productivity. This involves, in particular, creating internal and private social networks. And I also want to acknowledge Schmilton Nilsson, who is Joshua S. Stout, the Chief Global Strategist of Dancing Inc. Productions, who will be taking questions from the audience today. Thank you all so much for being here. I'd like to start off with you, Jeff, and ask you, How did you first hear about virtual worlds, and how did you react?
Well, this is when children definitely pay off. For me, kind of two worlds collided. At the time, my 11-year-old son was spending too much time on something called the World of Warcraft. So I sat down with him and started to find some of these things and created my own avatar and ended up not keeping up with him. Also, at that time, my other son, my 13-year-old son, had his favorite team for Halo on Xbox 360, and not one of his teammates were from the United States. And he'd be down in the basement kind of yelling out things that they're supposed to do, and he was down there by himself. So like any kind of good parent, you're wondering why my 13-year-old son is talking to himself in the basement. So I go down there and find out the guy in Brazil was doing something wrong, and the other person in Poland was not backing him up right. So I thought, this is odd. This is a strange world. Within a few weeks or days after kind of digging into that, meanwhile, CNN is reporting that IBM is going to be doing something with Second Life in this virtual world. And I realized, wow, there's a collision happening here. And it really came to me that we had to do some type of experimentation because our average demographics for the 5 million people that we put to work are 18 to 31, 32. That's probably 70%, 60% of the people we put to work. So every year, a 17-year-old turns 18 and is ready to work for us. They're working in these environments, and our clients need to make sure that they stay on top of it and we stay on top of it because this experiment, if you will, is something really important. You got to practice these sorts of things. You just can't flip a switch. So I really felt as though these two worlds were coming together in a way that I've never seen happen before, where the youth were now working and living and dialoguing in a completely different way, and I really felt a sense of panic that if we didn't get our oar in the water, we were going to be relics. And, that's what really jumped us into this Second Life, and the team has done a great job. So that's really how I first heard about the virtual worlds, both from family and from television.
Well, your anecdote makes me feel validated, Jeff, because I wasn't even allowed to play Pac-Man as a child because my father feared that it would turn my brain to mush. So look where we are today. It's amazing.
Well, maybe he was right because I think you're doing pretty well.
Thank you. Tammy, this year-long journey has been spectacular in Second Life, and I'm curious, what's been the most interesting learning for you, and what has surprised you the most?
Well, when we created our presence on Second Life, we went there as an R&D lab, so we were planning to explore how virtual worlds could change the world of work. So we went with a very broad vision to just look around and explore to see what the impact might be to work practices. And when we went there, we took it as a new technology and created a campus to help individuals learn how to navigate this new world so that newbies wouldn't leave our island looking like a newbie was the goal. And what was most interesting was we've certainly had a lot of people come through and create fabulous-looking avatars and learn how to fly and teleport. We also found that we had tremendous access to talent, that there was a very strong tech-savvy population in Second Life that was really innovative and creative. On the other hand, I think what was most rewarding for us was understanding the access to populations that we can't always tap into, and to include people with physical disabilities, with people who have a demand for flexibility that doesn't allow them to work in a traditional workplace. So those were